Chapter 1. The first glimpse had started with something small. One evening, as I stood in front of my mirror, brushing my hair absent-mindedly, I noticed something strange. My reflection was delayed, just slightly, barely a second off, but enough to make my stomach twist. I shook my head, blaming it on exhaustion, but then I noticed something else. The shimmer. A faint, almost imperceptible ripple on the mirror's surface, as if it were made of water rather than glass. I stepped forward. My reflection did the same. But just before I turned away, something flickered in its eyes, something that wasn't mine. And for the first time, I felt that my reflection was watching me back. Chapter 2. The invitation. For days, I tried to ignore what I had seen. Maybe it was a trick of the light, or my mind playing games with me. But every night, when I stood before the mirror, I felt it, an unspoken invitation. A presence just beyond the surface. One night, curiosity won over fear. I reached out and pressed my fingertips against the cool glass. My reflection did the same, but then its fingers curled, gripping mine. I yanked my hand away, heart racing. But instead of pulling back, my reflection smiled. And then, the mirror rippled. Chapter 3. Through the looking glass, I should have run. I should have shattered the mirror right then and there. But something pulled me in, something more powerful than fear. The surface of the mirror began to shift, swirling like liquid silver. I watched, mesmerized, as my reflection reached forward, not to mimic me, but to pull me in. Before I could react, a force wrapped around me, yanking me through. The world turned inside out. My breath caught in my throat as I tumbled through a void of shifting lights and echoes. Then suddenly, solid ground. I was standing in a world that was both familiar and impossibly different. A place where the sky shimmered like glass and shadows moved on their own. And then I heard it, a whisper, "Welcome." Chapter 4. The mirror realm, the place I had fallen into, looked like a distorted version of my own world. The buildings were there, but they curved and bent like reflections in warped glass. The people, they looked normal at first glance, but their faces flickered, shifting between expressions too fast to follow. And then there was my reflection, or rather, the thing that had once been my reflection. It stood before me, grinning. "You finally made it," it said in my own voice. I took a step back. "What is this place?" It tilted its head, watching me with an eerie curiosity. The space between, a world of reflections, a world of truths hidden in plain sight. I swallowed hard. "How do I leave?" The reflection chuckled. "Who said you could?" Chapter 5. The rules of the mirror world. I ran. The streets of the mirror world stretched endlessly, looping in ways that didn't make sense. My reflection followed at a leisurely pace, as if it had all the time in the world. Then I saw them, other reflections, people who looked like those in my world, but their eyes were hollow, their movements unnatural. Some of them whispered to themselves. Others watched from the edges of the glass-like buildings, their mouths curled into knowing smiles. I turned a corner and nearly collided with an old man. But something about him was different. His reflection didn't move at all. "You don't belong here," he hissed, gripping my arm. "I know," I panted. "How do I get out?" His face twisted with fear. "You broke the first rule. Never touch the glass. Now, you must follow the second rule." I stared at him. "What is it?" His gaze flickered past me. "Run, before your reflection takes your place." Chapter 6. The escape. The realization hit me like ice. That thing, my reflection, it wasn't just a part of this world. It wanted to switch places.